The second learning objective is to make special order and pricing decisions. We will start our discussion by looking at special sales order decisions and regular pricing decisions. In the past, managers did not consider pricing to be a short-term decision. However, product life cycles are getting shorter in most industries. Companies often sell products for only a few months before replacing them with an updated model, even if the updating is small. The clothing and technology industries have always had short life cycles. Even auto and housing styles change frequently. Pricing has become a shorter-term decision than it was in the past. A special order occurs when a customer requests a one-time order at a reduced sales price. First, managers must consider capacity. If the company is already making as many units as possible with its existing manufacturing capacity and selling them at its regular sales price, it would not make sense to fill a special order at a reduced sales price. Therefore, available excess capacity that is not being used is almost a necessity for accepting a special order. This is true for service firms, law firms, hair salons, and so forth, as well as manufacturing terms. Second, managers need to consider whether the special reduced sales price is high enough to cover the incremental costs of filling the order. The special price must exceed the variable costs of filling the order, or the company will lose money on the deal. In other words, the special order must provide a positive contribution margin. Next, the company must consider fixed costs. If the company has excess capacity, fixed costs will probably not be affected by producing more units or delivering more service. However, in some cases, management may have to incur some other fixed costs to fill the special order. For example, additional insurance premiums. If so, they will need to consider whether the special sales price is high enough to generate a positive contribution margin and cover the additional fixed costs. Finally, managers need to consider whether the special order will affect regular sales in the long run. Will regular customers find out about the special order and demand a lower price or take their business elsewhere? Will the special order customer come back again and again, asking for the same reduced price? Will the special order price start a price war with competitors? Managers should determine the answer to these questions and/or consider how customers will respond. Managers may decide that any profit from the special sales order is not worth these risks. Exhibit 20-6 shows that the special sales order will increase revenue by $67,500. That's 10,000 DVDs times $6.50. As a result, Smart Touch's contribution margin will increase by $2,500, as previously shown. The other costs in Exhibit 20-5 are not relevant to the decision. Variable marketing and administrative expenses will be the same whether or not Smart Touch accepts the special order, because Smart Touch made no special efforts to get this sale. Fixed manufacturing expenses will not change because Smart Touch has enough idle capacity to produce 10,000 extra Excel DVDs without needing additional facilities. Fixed marketing and administrative expenses will not be affected by this special order either. Because there are no additional fixed costs, the total increase in contribution margin flows directly to operating income. As a result, the special sales order will increase operating income by $2,500. Decision rule. If expected increase in revenue exceeds expected increase in variable and fixed cost, accept the special order. If expected increase in revenue is less that expected increase in variable and fixed costs, reject the special order. Managers will start with 3 basic questions when setting regular prices for their products or services, as shown here. The answers to these questions are complex and ever-changing. Stockholders expect the company to achieve certain profits. Economic conditions, historical company earnings, industry risk, competition, and new business developments all affect the level of profit that stockholders expect. Stockholders usually tie their profit expectations to the amount of assets invested in the company. For example, stockholders may expect a 10% annual return on their investment. A company's stock price tends to decline if it does not meet target profits, so managers must keep costs low while generating enough revenue to meet target profits. This leads to the second question: how much will customers pay? Managers cannot set prices above what customers are willing to pay for sale, or sales will decline. The amount customers will pay depends on the competition, the product's uniqueness, the effectiveness of marketing campaigns, general economic conditions, and so forth. To address the third pricing question, imagine a horizontal line with price takers at one end and price takers at the other end. As noted, this horizontal line has price takers at one end and price setters at the other end. A company's products and services fall somewhere along this line. Companies are price takers, and they have little or no control over the prices of their products or services. This occurs when their products and services are not unique or when competition is intense. Examples include food commodities, milk and corn, natural resources, oil and lumber, and generic consumer products and services, paper towels, dry cleaning, and banking. Companies are price setters when they have more control over pricing. In other words, they can set the price to some extent. Companies are price setters when their products are unique, which results in less competition. Usually, unique products, such as original art and jewelry, specially manufactured machinery, patented perfume scents, and custom-made furniture, can command higher prices. Obviously, managers would rather be price setters than price takers. To gain more control over pricing, companies try to differentiate their products. They want to make their products unique in terms of features, service, or quality, or at least make you think their product is unique or somehow better. Companies achieve this differentiation through their advertising efforts. A company's approach to pricing depends on whether its product or service is on the price-taking or price-setting side of the spectrum. Price takers emphasize a target pricing approach. Price setters emphasize a cost-plus pricing approach. Keep in mind that many products fall somewhere along the red arrow. Therefore, managers tend to use both approaches to some extent. When a company is a price taker, it emphasizes a target pricing approach to pricing. Target pricing starts with the market price of the product. That's the price that consumers are willing to pay, and then subtracts the company's desired profit to determine the product's target full cost. The full cost to develop, produce, and deliver the product or service. In this relationship, the market price is taken. A product's full cost contains all elements from the value chain, both inventoriable costs and period costs. It also includes both fixed and variable costs. If the product's current cost is higher than the target cost, the company must find ways to reduce costs or it will not meet its profit goals. Managers often use ABC costing along with value engineering to find ways to cut costs. Options include 1. Accept the lower operating income of $290,000 which is 9.67% return, not the 10% return required by stockholders. 2. Reduce fixed costs by $10,000 or more. 3. Reduce variable costs by $10,000 or more. 4. Use other strategies. For example, recall that the company has excess manufacturing capacity, so making and selling more units would only affect variable costs. However, it would mean that current fixed costs are spread over more units. The company could also consider changing or adding to its product mix. Finally, it could attempt to differentiate its Excel learning DVDs from the competition to gain more control over the sales price and be a price setter. When a company is a price setter, it emphasizes a cost-plus approach to pricing. This pricing approach is essentially the opposite of the target pricing approach. Cost-plus pricing starts with the company's full cost as a given and adds its desired profit to determine a cost-plus price. When the product is unique, the company has more control over pricing. The company still needs to make sure that the cost-plus price is not higher than what customers are willing to pay. When the product is unique, the company has more control over pricing. The company still needs to make sure that the cost plus price is not higher than what customers are willing to pay. If the current market price for generic Excel learning DVDs is $11, as we assumed earlier, can Smart Touch sell its brand name DVDs for $11.10 or more each? The answer depends on how well the company has been able to differentiate its product or brand name. The company may use focus groups or marketing surveys to find out how customers would respond to its cost plus price. The company may find out that its cost plus price is too high, or it may find out that it could set the price even higher without losing sales. Notice how pricing decisions used are two keys in decision making. Number 1, focus on the relevant information, and number 2, use a contribution margin approach that separates variable costs from fixed costs. In pricing decisions, all cost information is relevant because the company must cover all costs along the value chain before it can generate a profit. However, we still need to consider variable costs and fixed costs separately because they behave differently at different volumes. Our pricing decision rule is shown here. If the company is a price taker, it should emphasize target pricing. If the company is a price setter, it should emphasize cost plus pricing. Exercise 2010 reviews making special order and pricing decisions. Suppose the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York, has approached Hobby Cards with a special order. The Hall of Fame wishes to purchase 57,000 baseball card packs for a special promotional campaign and offers 41 cents per pack, a total of $23,370. Hobby Card's total production cost is 61 cents per pack, as follows. We have direct materials of 13 cents, direct labor of 6 cents, variable overhead of 12 cents, fixed overhead 30 cents, for a total cost of 61. Hobby Cards has enough excess capacity to handle the special order. So we are to prepare an incremental analysis to determine whether Hobby Cards should accept the special sales order. Suppose Hobby Cards has enough excess capacity to handle the order. We've already discussed this. So the incremental analysis to determine whether they should expect this order. Expected increase in revenue is $23,370. Variable manufacturing costs, 57,000 packs times 31 cents per pack, is $17,670. This gives us an increase in operating income of $5,700. And in this case, we should accept the order. Now assume that the Hall of Fame wants special hologram baseball cards. Hobby Cards will spend $5,900 to develop this hologram, which will be useless after the special order is completed. Should Hobby Cards accept the special order under these circumstances? So the expected increase in revenue of $23,370, 57,000 packs times 31 cents is $17,670. The fixed manufacturing cost of $5,900 for the hologram creation. This gives us a total expected increase in expenses of $23,570. This gives us a decrease in operating income of $200, and therefore we should reject the special order. Problem 2022A also addresses special order and pricing decisions. Green Thumb operates a commercial plant nursery where it propagates plants for garden centers throughout the region. Green Thumb has $4,800,000 in assets. Its yearly fixed costs are $600,000, and the variable costs for the potting soil, container, label, and seedling, and labor for each gallon-sized plant is $1.35. Green Thumb's volume is currently 470,000 units. Competitors offer the same plants at the same quality to garden centers for $3.60 each. Garden centers then mark them up to sell to the public for $9 to $12, depending on the plant type. Green Thumb's owner wants to earn 10% return on the company's asset. What is Green Thumb's target full cost? So, revenue at current market price, that's 470,000 units at $3.60 per unit, that's 1,692,000. Less the desired profit, 4.8 million times 10% is 480,000. So the target full cost is $1,212,000. Given Green Thumb's current costs, will its owners be able to achieve their target profit? Green Thumb's actual total full costs of $1,234,500 are higher than its target full cost. Therefore, Green Thumb will not meet the stockholders' profit expectations. Assume Green Thumb has identified ways to cut its variable costs to $1.20 per unit. What is its new target fixed cost? Will this decrease in variable costs allow the company to achieve its target profit? New fixed target cost is $648,000. So $1,212,000, this was from requirement 1, less the reduced level of variable cost, which is $564,000, gives us a new target for fixed costs. Since the company's actual fixed costs are less than or equal to new target fixed cost amount, Green Thumb will be able to achieve its target profit without having to take any other cost-cutting measures. Green Thumb started an aggressive advertising campaign strategy to differentiate its plants from those grown by other nurseries. Monrovia plants made this strategy work, so Green Thumb has decided to try it. Green Thumb does not expect volume to be affected, but it hopes to gain more control over pricing. If Green Thumb has to spend $115,000 this year to advertise, and its variable costs continue to be $1.20 per unit, what will its cost plus price be? Do you think Green Thumb will be able to sell its plants to garden centers at the cost plus price? Why or why not? If Green Thumb had to spend $115,000 this year to advertise, and its variable costs continue to be $1.20 per unit, what will its cost plus price be? Do you think they'll be able to sell their plants? Green Thumb's cost plus price is $3.74. We have current fixed costs of $600,000 plus additional fixed costs of advertising $115,000 plus total variable costs, that's 470 units at $1.20, that's $564,000. The full cost, $1,279,000, plus the desired profit of 10% increase, $480,000. That gives desired revenue, $1,759,000, divided by the number of units, 470,000 units, gives us $3.74. Retailers will be more willing to pay the cost plus price if the marketing campaign is effective. Otherwise, Green Thumb may be considered a generic nursery.